You know, there sure has been this rise lately of all these streaming services getting into like the influencer scene, you know, like quasi-reality shows about influencers or becoming influencers or putting famous TikTokers in their movies, you know, that kind of thing. And thankfully, somehow I've avoided most of these, mostly because despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary, I do have some self-respect. But something about the new Netflix reality show Hype House, which is about a house called The Hype House, I don't know, something about it made me want to check it out. So come on everybody, let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is brought to you by Genshin Impact. If you don't know what Genshin Impact is, then like, I don't even know how it's possible, to be honest. Like, even if you've never played the game, you definitely know about the character Mona for very wholesome reasons, I'm sure. But anyway, Genshin Impact is a huge open world RPG that you can play on PS4, PS5, if you have one of those somehow, iOS, Android, and PC. Now, when I say it's a huge open world RPG, okay, I mean, look at this game. You can play this for free? You can download it for free and start playing. Literally nothing to lose except your sense of existential dread. You can form parties of up to 4 people, or thankfully you can also play by yourself and go through the surprisingly fleshed out story of the world of Teyvat. Now, Genshin Impact just released version 2.4, which includes a whole new region, Enkanomiya, which is located in the abyss below Watatsumi Island. It's this mysterious locale on the border of Teyvat covered in a white night. I'd do anything for you, Amaranth. No, not that one. There's also a couple new characters out now. You got Shenhe, who comes from the clan of exorcists and is a disciple of Cloud Retainer, and Yunjin, who comes from a famous opera troupe. And also with version 2.4, there's the Lantern Rite events with the Flame Plume Starflower fireworks, the Wondrous Shadow puzzles, and the Great Gathering, as well as some extra bonus outfits for your characters. And if you finish the Light Rite quest, the stars inscribe the year's wishes, you can get one of 8 different 4-star characters into your party. And during the version 2.4 event, if you sign up or log in at any time, you can get 10 intertwined fates just for checking in. And like I said, the game is free to play, so you really have nothing to lose even for just trying it out. So click my link down below in the description and start playing Genshin Impact today. Okay, back to the show. First thing, there's this quick montage of random sound bites from a bunch of people in the show.
My whole goal with this house in the first place was, why can't people who hit millions of other people be as famous as A-list celebrities?
Wait, I'm sorry, but like, what does it have to do with having 10, 20-year-olds living in a house together? Oh boy, nothing says top Hollywood celebrity like having 9 roommates. This guy's been living in LA so long, he's like, only 9 roommates and a pool? I'm like Taylor Swift.
You just woke up one day and just became an internet celebrity?
Honestly, kinda.
We just posted a video on an app. Now I'm living in a mansion.
Yeah, I'd say that pretty much sums up why these influencers should not be seen the same as A-list celebrities. Okay, couldn't have said it better myself. Like, there's a big difference between going through auditions to be in a movie or whatever and then like trying to think of different ways of doing the hand jive to chipmunk versions of popular songs, okay? Y'all are not the same.
We have 10, 20-year-olds living in a $5 million house together, filming content all day. It just doesn't sound real.
Imagine a fraternity filled with people that have millions of dollars at their fingertips with high school drama.
Okay, so it's literally just like any frat house. Got it. Now, based on how this Hype House show was marketed, like, I guess it's supposed to be about how there's so much more to being an influencer than what you might think. You know, one of those kind of things.
People thought the Hype House was just like white kids with money, when it wasn't that at all. It was just a bunch of kids with different stories.
Yeah, guys, just because they're like 20 years old and rich and famous for reasons no one can ever really explain, it doesn't mean they don't have problems too, you know? I went to buy another Lamborghini, but they only had red instead of green. And then I went home and wrote a song about it. I made a post on TikTok that got slightly fewer views than someone I don't like, so now I have to climb to the top of the highest mountain so I can be alone and cry and stuff. I did a meet and greet with my fans, but none of the girls were underage. But whatever, anyway, throughout the show we meet members of Hype House, like Chase, who has a really heart-wrenching story about just how long it took him to get famous on TikTok.
How fast did the rise come for you on TikTok?
It actually took me a while because it was hard when I was not in LA. Growing up in Stockton, I was like trapped in a bubble, no one to collaborate with. I made videos by myself. What's up? I'm live again.
See, y'all just don't understand how hard it must have been for him to be interesting and talented on his own, unable to suckle on the udders of someone more famous than him. I mean, this dude had to come up with dances and lip sync to popular songs all by himself, okay? I mean, I for one cannot wait to read this autobiography. Also, why does this dude's house look like the Cheesecake Factory?
Chase's house is so sick. I love it. Like, low-key looks like Cheesecake Factory.
Hey, that's what I said. Now, I just want to give a quick shout out to Chase here for having only pictures of himself all over his house. I mean, imagine having this much self-esteem. Or like, you know, any at all. As the show gets going though, we start to get a good look at just how cult-like the whole thing really is.
Thomas?
Yeah. Yes.
Pool party, when and how many people can we have?
Whoever you would like over, Michael.
Do we want to invite Rylan and Chase?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Chase moved into another house because he was doing music in the city, and he didn't want to drive an hour every day to get back. But we should invite Chase.
Why even like give him the opportunity to come?
It's to be the better person.
Being the better person.
So like first it starts out and it's like, we're all so tight, we're like best friends, just one big family. And then one dude gets his own place and then immediately everyone else in the house is like, we never speak his name again. He doesn't toe the line the way we want him to. But hey, we're all best friends. Hype House family forever, am I right?
But if you ever go against the family, you're dead to us.
Which is a little weird because like just before this happens, this guy here, Thomas, he talks about how the Hype House is supposed to be like an influencer incubator.
Hype House is like a social media collective that is also kind of like an incubator. Since you guys haven't met everyone in the Hype House yet, here's the squad. We've launched people like Charlie and Dixie and Addison.
So like when they got big and moved on, like, yeah, it was fine, good for them, no problem. But then when this guy does it, it's inconsiderate and selfish. What are the rules, Thomas? Like, I don't know, maybe he just didn't want to constantly be around people doing whatever the heck this is all the time, you know what I'm saying? I mean, can you blame him? I mean, when's he supposed to find time to sit around doing the hot guy lip touching thing? Okay, you can't just do that anywhere. Another big focus of this show is Nikita Dragon, who is honestly one of the most try-hard people I've ever seen.
In a twisted way, I've always wanted to relive my high school experience as Nikita. All of these people have accepted me. Whenever I walk through that door in the Hype House, it's not Nikita with the 10 million followers and the multi-million-dollar beauty business and the hooly doolies and crazy exes and the controversies, whatever. I just get to be Nikita.
Yeah, you know, all those pesky controversies that keep showing up out of nowhere, like throwing parties during a global pandemic or outing celebrities without their consent. But hey, she's pretty, so like, who cares, you know what I mean? But then finally we get to the hard-hitting, emotional part of the show.
I have an Apple Music interview before. Should I put a Little Huddy and You're Obsessed With Me in my Apple Music playlist?
What are your thoughts on Chase living in the Encino house?
Yes, Nikita, who does not live in Hype House. Please tell us what you think of someone else also not living in Hype House.
This show's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Another main character of this reality show equivalent of connecting your nipples to a car battery is Alex.
I have this philosophy. I want to do everything I can and film it. Permission to let Calvin jump this.
Wait, what?
All right, Calvin! He's going, he's going! Oh my God! That was so sick! Life is boring without risk. Life is boring without taking chance.
Ah yes, nothing says risk taker like being the guy who just copies David Dobrik wholesale. Such a trailblazer of modern filmmaking.
Cover and I met on Snapchat.
Really romantic.
She snapped me one of her boobs and I was like, dude, I would crawl through a mile of broken glass just to hear you fart on a walkie-talkie. And then she was like, same bro. And now we're like millionaires.
You want to take the Rolls Royce or the G-Wagon?
I want to take the G-Wagon.
You know, I don't even like cars at all, but like something about this scene just makes me viscerally annoyed. Now, the final main character of Hype House, aka what if passing a kidney stone went on for 8 episodes, is Larry.
My name is Larry Merritt. I am 22 years old. I am from Compton, California. When the Hype House announced that I joined, the entire internet like on me because a lot of my fans thought the Hype House was cringy.
Huh, now why would they go and say something like that?
They were saying that I'm whitewashed. They were saying...
Wait, what is this petition? Save Larry from Hype House. The Caucasians have whitewashed him. Oh my goodness, we can't have them join the Hype House, or else he's gonna start doing that white boy thing of dressing like this and then saying, life's hard where I come from, and then the neighborhood they grew up in just looks like this. And then before you know it, he'll be doing the one thing white girls are good at, which is sitting on the curb crying outside of a house party. I wanted to make out with Hunter, but he was kissing Stephanie, and he didn't even look at me. Also, slight tangent here, but like, why do all these TikTok guys have the same exact hair? Just a whole generation getting real thirsty for these dudes who all look like Scooter from the Muppets. But whatever, anyway, finally, everything culminates in this talk between Chase and Thomas.
I feel like I haven't been reaching out enough.
I love you. You're like a brother to me. You will always be family to me. My problem with this is that the unappreciativeness. I have put hours and hours and hours and hours into this brand. I've helped you from the start with anything you need, and then I didn't see you for 3 months.
You know, this kind of just feels like some weird culty guilt tripping to me. Like, I get what you're saying, Thomas, but like, did you ever go and see him at his house ever? You know, friendship is a two-way street, right? And then they talk everything out and things come to no conclusion whatsoever, and then this all just repeats for 7 more episodes. But you know, I gotta say, watching this, like, I'm so glad that I got semi-big on YouTube when I was 30, because like, all the people in this show, they're just somehow convinced that they're these great artists, and they're just bearing their artistic souls by lip-syncing to Cardi B songs and doing shirtless backflips. But to be fair though, okay, if I had my channel just like it is now, but back when I was 20, like I probably would have been just as bad, if not worse, okay? Let's be real here. I mean, I'm barely tolerable as I am now. You know, being someone who I guess is relatively large on YouTube, I know there's a lot of people a lot bigger than me, but I mean, I'm coming up on 3 million subs, so like I think that's a fairly respectable number, you know? There are so many kinds of people on like YouTube, for example, right? Or just on the internet in general. You know, and like the people who get all the attention are just mostly like the worst people you've ever seen, but also it's like they make it seem like all of YouTube or all of TikTok or all of whatever is like just your hype houses and your Team 10s and your whatever. Like, I don't even know what the genre really is. Like, it's not necessarily vlogging, but it's kind of, I mean, you know it when you see it. And it's like there's people on YouTube who have like 5, 10, 20 million subscribers who don't do those things at all. Like there's like huge, just really popular creators out there doing all kinds of stuff. Everyone watches, but like for some reason, no one outside of YouTube like cares to talk about. I don't know. It's like, can you believe that these 20-year-old millionaires are all doing this wackadoo stuff? And it's like, well, yeah, like what else would they be doing? You know, what about channels like me or like, you know, Dead Meat or whatever who have like, you know, 3, 5, 6 million subscribers doing all this stuff that is not, you know, blowing up cars in pools or whatever it is these kids are doing. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, how come no one ever talks about any of the other 99% of people making content or whatever? It's like no one ever talks about us. But anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. If you did, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about something that I said or whatever? Got a podcast with my girlfriend. Check that one out if you want. We just did the 2021 Gaming Awards, the Kelsey and Alex Game Awards for games that we just so happened to play during 2021. And above all else, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.